But that kind of, feels like it's leading to a next point, as in, do you trade? I see a lot of comments this year, or, with the trade deadline approaching in the next couple of weeks. A lot of people are like, I see a lot of comments saying, don't trade anyone. Like, just let this team ride it out. Like, you don't want to mess up with the chemistry. You don't want to mess the culture up. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think we kind of touched upon that like last week a little bit, and I think the chemistry is important in terms of like major moves. You don't probably want to make any major moves. It seems like right now asking prices are really high.
They're insanely high.
I think like you look around the league. It's like Miles Turner just got another. I think he would just get extended with Indiana, so they don't want to trade him. That is what Rick Carlisle is saying, and other guys in the organization are saying. It looks like the Pistons want to hold on to Bogdanovich because they like what he does for the young group as a leader. So, I mean, like, in a way, like, your hands are tied as to, or at least that's the way it appears now. It seems like your hands are tied as to what you want to do. On top of the fact that the Kings, like, don't have a first-round pick to trade, essentially, right now. They don't really have a ton of assets they'd want to trade. Of course, you can get into the conversation. It's like, oh, of course you don't mind trading Davion Mitchell for OG Anunoby. But it's like, again, even for Anunoby, the asking price is high. And you get deeper into that situation. It's like, are the Raptors going to keep Nick Nurse? Because I guess there's reports about guys not being happy with their roles and stuff like that. That could just be to kind of amp up morales of teams. Like, look, we're going to get Nick Nurse next season.
Yeah.
I mean, there's all sorts of
That's true.
working aspects to these reports. But the bottom line is that it almost feels like the chemistry aspect, you just want to hang your hat on that because that's kind of the best you got right now. That does not take away the fact that you kind of have to move Holmes.
Yeah,
that's if the trade deadline goes by and you don't move Holmes, that's an unsuccessful trade deadline.
That's fair.
And so
it's gonna be hard to move though. It's not an easy.
It's going to be difficult. I don't know. Maybe you have some insights, but it's just like on Holmes for a second. I'm going to keep on the chemistry thing, of course, but it's like, can they? Like in other sports, you can eat part of the deal. Can you do that in the NBA?
I don't know. It's a good question.
If that's how it works, and if
I feel like
pleading some ignorance here, asking,
I feel like that might happen. I feel like that happened with the Kawhi trade to Toronto, and San Antonio was paying him. I'm not positive, but I feel like
or at least you can take part of the dead cap or something. Or that's probably wouldn't be the right use of dead cap, but you take the cap hit. Here's your Kings insider.
Yeah.
Cap City Crown. For your look at the Sacramento Kings in the greater NBA. But anyways, there's going to be moves. Obviously, there's other supplementary moves, but at its core, the core is going to kind of stay the same. Unless you're adding like maybe a backup center or kind of a wing guy, something to bolster that area, which we'll talk about in a second. I don't think anything major is going to happen.
No, I mean, you'd have to be crazy to think that the Kings are going to get their third star. I think the Kings are their third big player away from being a legit team in the NBA, like a legit, like, okay, this team can go out and fight for a title. So I think they're really good. I think what they have at this very moment is a really good core, but they're just like one big name away from really like, oh man, this could be a title contender. But do not expect to get that guy this year. First off, where? Without trading someone in your core. Like, where are you going to get that from? Unless McNair just pulls something out of his ass. Like, you're not. Like, you don't have any first rounders to trade. And you don't, I mean, like Harrison Barnes is your one big trade piece. Like, they kind of want to extend him at this point. So, yeah, it's not going to happen.
It's tricky. And also, it's just like in terms of like, liking what you have, part of the reason you can really like what you have and like what you have for the next couple of years is like you have Keegan Murray on a rookie deal. You have Davion Mitchell on a rookie deal. Like those guys are big pieces to the team.